The streets are talking, social media is on fire, and fans can't stop replaying every clip. Lil Durk's silence has everyone shook, and the truth behind the OTF leak is finally coming to light. For weeks, fans have been speculating why Durk hasn't addressed the controversy directly, why he's kept quiet while rumors swirl and alleged betrayal stories circulate. Now, sources claim that his silence was never about indifference. It was a calculated move, a silent statement, and the first hint that something bigger was brewing behind the scenes. According to insiders, the real leak didn't come from outside enemies or haters. It came from someone inside his inner circle, someone fans never suspected. Emotions ran high when the leak hit, sparking drama, heated arguments, and shocking revelations within OTF itself. Friends and associates reportedly tried to mediate, but the tension was so thick that even longtime allies felt the strain. Social media exploded with reaction videos, memes, and breakdowns, with fans trying to piece together who could have betrayed the trust and why Lil Durk chose to respond, or not respond, the way he did. Analysts are dissecting every post, story, and subtle hint from Durk, claiming that his silence was strategic, signaling a bigger move while keeping the public guessing. People close to him reportedly said that Durk wanted to make sure the truth came out on his terms, maintaining control over the narrative and protecting the people he truly cares about. Now, with exclusive insider accounts, leaked messages, and shocking new details emerging, the story is escalating faster than anyone expected. This isn't just a leak. It's a saga of loyalty, betrayal, and power plays, and Lil Durk's silence was the first clue that the OTF drama runs deeper than fans ever imagined. The question everyone is asking now is simple. Who really betrayed Lil Durk, and what does this mean for OTF going forward? The story behind Lil Durk's silence and the OTF leak has fans across the world glued to every update, dissecting every social media post, cryptic caption, and rumor. For weeks, the streets, online forums, and hip-hop news outlets have been buzzing with speculation about what really went down inside one of rap's most notorious crews. Sources close to Lil Durk claim that the silence we've all witnessed wasn't passive. It was deliberate, strategic, and a warning to anyone who might have tried to exploit the situation. According to insiders, the moment the leak happened, emotions inside OTF were already at a boiling point. Friends, collaborators, and even long-term associates reportedly gathered to discuss how such sensitive information could have been exposed. The mood was tense, with whispers of betrayal echoing through the halls of studios, private meetings, and behind closed doors. People close to Durk allegedly expressed shock that someone from within his circle could risk exposing plans, private messages, and even unreleased tracks. The leak wasn't just embarrassing, it was personal. Fans immediately noticed Durk's silence, posting screenshots of deleted captions, cryptic Instagram stories, and tweets that seemed to hint at his frustration and disappointment. Analysts have pointed out that in hip-hop, silence is often louder than words, and Durk's choice to withhold public comment was a calculated move. Sources suggest that he didn't want to escalate tensions publicly, giving the person responsible no satisfaction and protecting the reputation of OTF while navigating the fallout behind the scenes. Social media reactions were instantaneous. Reaction videos, TikTok breakdowns, and Twitter threads dissected every possible clue about who was behind the leak. Fans debated theories about possible internal rivals, jealous collaborators, or even industry insiders who might have had access to sensitive information. Every minor post or deleted story was scrutinized, with fans speculating about hidden meanings, subliminal messages, and the possible fallout for the crew. According to insiders, the betrayal was shocking not only because it came from within, but because it involved people Durk had trusted for years. Friends and collaborators reportedly described moments of confrontation where emotions ran high, voices were raised, and alliances were questioned. The leak, sources claim, involved both music and private communications, including text messages, unreleased track snippets, and internal plans for upcoming projects. This wasn't just a small mistake, it was a breach of trust that threatened the cohesion and reputation of one of hip-hop's most influential collectives. Analysts have emphasized that Lil Durk's approach to the situation reflects his experience in the industry. By remaining silent publicly, he maintained control over the narrative, forcing speculation to unfold while he gathered information internally. This strategic patience has fans theorizing about his next moves, potential responses, and whether more revelations could surface. Behind the scenes, insiders describe the internal fallout as intense. Meetings were reportedly held in private locations, phone calls were exchanged late at night, and trust within OTF was reevaluated. People close to Durk claim that while he was disappointed, he also recognized the importance of measured responses and long-term strategy over immediate public confrontation. Social media reaction continued to escalate, with viral posts dissecting Durk's demeanor, rumored responses, and potential hidden messages in his music. Fans created compilations comparing his current body language, captions, and interviews to past moments, suggesting that subtle hints about the internal betrayal had been present for months, if not years. Analysts also point out that the leak's timing was critical. Occurring during a high-profile period for Lil Durk and OTF, the exposure of sensitive information could have had major ramifications for upcoming projects, collaborations, and public image. Insiders emphasize that Durk's silence was as much about damage control as it was about sending a message. Loyalty matters and betrayal won't be ignored. The intensity of fan engagement is notable. TikTok videos, Instagram reels, and YouTube commentary dissect every angle, from the possible motivations of the insider to the impact on OTF's future releases. Hashtags like #OTF Betrayal, #Durk Silent, and #Hip-Hop Drama have been trending, demonstrating the viral nature of the story and the global fascination with insider rap drama. Friends and collaborators reportedly describe the tension as palpable, with private conversations between crew members focusing on accountability, consequences, and rebuilding trust. Some insiders suggest that the person responsible for the leak may face exclusion from certain projects, limited access to unreleased music, or even permanent separation from OTF, depending on how events continue to unfold. Analysts and fans alike have noted the psychological dimension of Durk's silence. In the hyper-competitive world of hip-hop, public statements can escalate conflicts, fuel haters, and generate unnecessary heat. By holding back, Durk reportedly demonstrated both strategic intelligence and personal restraint, allowing him to evaluate the situation fully before taking any action. The leak itself has sparked debates about loyalty, trust, and power dynamics in the music industry. Some speculate that the betrayal may involve rivalries, jealousy over status within OTF, or even attempts to sabotage upcoming releases. Whatever the motivation, insiders emphasize that the repercussions could be significant, both personally for those involved and for the collective as a whole. Fans continue to speculate about the identity of the insider, analyzing cryptic posts, music drops, and even social media interactions between members of the crew. Every potential clue is amplified online, with viral content dissecting everything from subtle hints in Instagram captions to body language in interviews. According to insiders, Lil Durk has been carefully managing the situation internally, maintaining trust with loyal collaborators while addressing the breach of confidence. Some say that this measured approach will ultimately strengthen the crew, reinforcing loyalty and making it clear that betrayal has consequences. The OTF leak story has become a viral phenomenon, capturing the imagination of fans worldwide and sparking endless discussion. Analysts highlight that while leaks are common in the music industry, the personal and internal nature of this betrayal sets it apart, creating intrigue, suspense, and drama that will likely dominate headlines for weeks to come. With social media reactions, insider accounts, and fan speculation all converging, the story of Lil Durk's silence and the OTF betrayal has become more than a scandal. It's a lesson in loyalty, strategy, and the intricate dynamics of one of hip-hop's most influential crews. As the story continues to unfold, fans are left watching, waiting, and analyzing every move, wondering what Durk's next statement or action will be, and who might pay the price for crossing the line. As the story of Lil Durk's silence and the OTF leak spreads, new details are emerging that are leaving fans stunned and the rap community buzzing nonstop. According to insiders, the leak was more than just a simple exposure of private information. It represented a fundamental breach of trust within the crew, shaking the foundation of one of hip-hop's most influential collectives. People close to Durk report that the leak included unreleased tracks, confidential plans for upcoming collaborations, and sensitive communications that were never intended for public consumption. This revelation has caused a wave of tension, with emotions running high as members of OTF try to navigate the fallout while maintaining their public image. Social media has exploded with speculation, with fans dissecting every story, post, and caption that could provide a clue about the identity of the insider. Reaction videos, TikTok compilations, and viral threads on Twitter have dominated platforms as audiences worldwide attempt to unravel the drama and predict what might happen next. According to sources, the internal response within OTF has been intense. Meetings were reportedly held in private studios and homes, with heated discussions about accountability, loyalty, and the repercussions for whoever was responsible for the leak. Longtime collaborators reportedly confronted one another, emotions ran high, and some relationships within the crew were temporarily strained as trust was reevaluated. Analysts point out that Lil Durk's strategic silence has only amplified the drama. By not responding publicly, he has maintained control over the narrative, letting speculation unfold while he gathers information behind the scenes. Friends and collaborators reportedly say that Durk is deliberately waiting for the right moment to address the situation, one that will maximize the impact and ensure that his crew remains united despite the betrayal. The leak itself has caused a ripple effect across the music industry. Unreleased material, previously meant for private listening or strategic drops, has now been analyzed line by fans and media outlets. Some of the tracks allegedly contain subliminal messages, references to rivals, and even subtle jabs at internal conflicts within OTF. This has created endless discussion, with analysts and fans debating the meaning behind every verse, hook, and ad-lib. According to insiders, the emotional toll has been significant. Members of the crew reportedly experienced frustration, disappointment, and shock, struggling to comprehend how someone so close could betray their trust. The breach has also sparked conversations about loyalty and hierarchy within OTF, with some fans speculating that the leak could reshape internal dynamics, determining who holds influence and who might be sidelined in future projects. Social media continues to play a massive role in amplifying the story. Viral TikTok videos, Instagram breakdowns, and YouTube commentary have all contributed to keeping the drama at the forefront of public attention. Fans are replaying every clip, screenshotting every post, and dissecting every subtle gesture, all in search of insight into who might be behind the leak and what Lil Durk's next move will be. Analysts emphasize that the situation highlights the importance of strategy in hip-hop. In an industry where leaks, rumors, and public disputes can define a career, Durk's silence is a masterclass in narrative control. By withholding public statements, he has ensured that any response will carry maximum weight while minimizing unnecessary escalation. Behind the scenes, sources report that trust within OTF is being carefully rebuilt. Collaborators are said to be reassessing relationships, reaffirming loyalty, and ensuring that sensitive information is protected moving forward. The breach, while damaging, may ultimately strengthen the crew by forcing them to tighten internal security and reinforce bonds with trusted members. Fans are actively theorizing about the insider's identity. Some suggest jealousy, ambition, or external pressure could have motivated the leak, while others believe it might have been an unintentional mistake by someone within the circle. Viral content has exploded with these theories, including dramatic reenactments, fan-led investigations, and speculative breakdowns that analyze every possible clue. According to insiders, the leak's timing was particularly disruptive. Occurring during a period of heightened visibility for Lil Durk and OTF, it risked undermining promotional strategies, collaborations, and carefully planned releases. By remaining silent publicly, Durk avoided giving his rivals an advantage and maintained a level of strategic control over the narrative. Analysts have noted that the emotional weight of the situation cannot be understated. People close to Durk reportedly described moments of intense confrontation, private discussions that were heated and emotional, and the difficulty of navigating betrayal while preserving public composure. These accounts underscore the human side of the drama, showing that beyond the viral headlines and social media debates, real relationships and careers were at stake. Social media engagement has reached unprecedented levels. Fans create reaction compilations, analyze potential subliminal messages in unreleased tracks, and discuss the potential long-term consequences for OTF. Every post, story, and interview is examined for clues, fueling viral speculation and keeping the conversation alive. Insiders suggest that Durk's measured response is part of a broader strategy. By observing reactions, gathering information internally, and maintaining composure, he is positioning himself to respond decisively when the timing is right. Analysts argue that this approach reflects a deep understanding of the music industry, power dynamics within hip-hop, and the importance of narrative control. The leak has also sparked discussions about accountability. Members of the crew reportedly debated how to handle the situation internally, weighing consequences, potential exclusions from projects, and the future of those involved. The breach of trust is said to have prompted a reevaluation of who can access sensitive material, highlighting the high stakes involved in insider conflicts. Fan reactions continue to drive the viral narrative. TikTok creators, Instagram influencers, and YouTube commentators have dissected the leak, the silence, and the possible motivations behind it. Hashtags like #OTF Betrayal, #Durk Silent, and #HipHop Leaks trend daily, keeping the story at the center of online conversation. According to insiders, Lil Durk's internal handling of the situation demonstrates his maturity, strategic intelligence, and commitment to protecting OTF. By remaining silent publicly, he ensures that speculation does not spiral out of control while maintaining authority within the crew. Analysts and fans alike note that this story is about more than just a leak. It's a study in loyalty, trust, and the delicate dynamics of one of hip-hop's most influential groups. As the saga unfolds, the questions remain. Who is responsible for the leak? How will Lil Durk respond? And what does this mean for OTF's future projects, collaborations, and public image? Every post, viral clip, and insider report adds a new layer to the narrative, keeping fans engaged, analysts busy, and the global hip-hop community watching closely. The story of Lil Durk's silence and the OTF betrayal is far from over, and as more details emerge, the stakes continue to rise, promising drama, suspense, and viral content for months to come. As the story of Lil Durk's silence and the OTF leak continues to unfold, insiders reveal that the drama is far deeper than fans could have imagined. Sources close to the situation claim that the leak was not a random act. It was calculated, deliberate, and came from someone with intimate access to OTF's inner workings. Friends and collaborators describe the atmosphere in the days following the leak as tense and chaotic, with emotions running high and trust fraying at the edges. Meetings were reportedly held behind closed doors, with crew members weighing the severity of the betrayal and discussing what measures should be taken. People familiar with the situation suggest that the leaked material wasn't just about unreleased music. Allegedly, it included sensitive information about future business moves, private communications, and even personal messages that were never meant to reach the public. The revelation shocked not only fans but also those within the rap industry who pride themselves on loyalty and confidentiality. Lil Durk's silence, insiders say, was strategic. By not responding publicly, he prevented the leak from escalating further while maintaining control over the narrative. Friends close to him reportedly said that Durk is fully aware of the impact the leak has had on his crew and his reputation, and he is deliberately managing the situation to ensure maximum leverage when the time comes to address it. Social media has been ablaze with speculation. Fans are dissecting every story, caption, and video for hidden meanings or subtle hints about the leak source. TikTok reaction videos, Instagram reels, and viral Twitter threads dominate platforms daily, as fans debate potential motivations, identify suspects, and analyze Durk's every move. According to insiders, the betrayal has caused serious internal conflict. Some members of OTF are said to have been confronted directly, while others were warned about the consequences of leaking sensitive information. Allegedly, voices were raised, emotions flared, and long-standing relationships were put to the test. Analysts argue that this episode reveals the high-stakes nature of loyalty and trust within the hip-hop world. In an industry where leaks can damage reputations, delay projects, and create rivalries, managing internal conflicts is as crucial as public image. Lil Durk's silence has forced both fans and rivals to speculate endlessly, keeping the story in the spotlight while he works behind the scenes. Viral discussions highlight just how personal this betrayal feels. The leak reportedly involved someone Durk trusted deeply, making it not just a professional issue but an emotional one. Friends and insiders say that addressing such a breach requires careful consideration, strategic patience, and a clear plan, all of which Durk reportedly has in motion. Analysts note that his approach demonstrates maturity and an understanding of narrative control. The leak also raises questions about the future of OTF. Will members remain loyal, or could this incident cause further fractures? Insiders suggest that the internal fallout has prompted intense reflection on roles, trust, and responsibilities within the crew. Fans are keenly observing every interaction, listening to every verse and interpreting body language in interviews, searching for clues about the ongoing tension. Social media continues to amplify the drama, with viral reaction videos, memes, and speculations driving global discussion. Every cryptic post or subtle hint is dissected, fueling endless theories about who is responsible, why it happened, and how Durk might respond. Sources close to the situation emphasize that while the leak was damaging, it also highlighted Durk's leadership and strategic thinking. By remaining silent publicly, he has positioned himself to address the issue on his terms, ensuring that loyalty and accountability within OTF are prioritized. Analysts argue that this silence is not weakness but strength, a calculated move that preserves influence and credibility while allowing internal dynamics to settle. Behind the scenes, the emotional toll on OTF members is said to be significant. People familiar with the crew report heated conversations, private confrontations, and moments of reflection as members navigate the betrayal. Some are reportedly questioning long-term alliances, while others are recommitting to the group with renewed loyalty. Fans continue to speculate about the identity of the insider. Viral content across TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube has exploded with theories, from jealousy and ambition to personal vendettas or external pressure from rival crews. Every potential clue is amplified, with fans dissecting posts, captions, and music lyrics for hidden hints. Analysts point out that the leak has broader implications for the rap industry. It serves as a reminder of the importance of discretion, trust, and strategic thinking in managing both public image and private operations. Lil Durk's response, or lack thereof, is now a textbook example of controlled narrative management, with his silence creating tension, anticipation, and global attention. According to insiders, the leak has prompted new security measures within OTF. Access to sensitive information is reportedly being restricted, internal communications are more closely monitored, and members are being reminded of the importance of confidentiality. Fans speculate that the measures could permanently alter the dynamics within the crew, potentially reshaping the balance of power, influence, and creative control. Social media continues to fuel the story. Hashtags like #DurkSilent, #OTF Betrayal, and #HipHop Drama trend daily, with fans generating reaction videos, breakdowns, and memes. Analysts note that the viral nature of the coverage demonstrates the potency of insider drama in hip-hop, especially when it involves high-profile artists like Lil Durk. According to sources, the psychological impact on the crew is just as important as the public fallout. Members are reportedly reflecting on loyalty, trust, and their personal roles within the collective, making the incident a learning moment that could strengthen bonds or, if mishandled, create lasting fractures. Fans eagerly anticipate Durk's next move, whether it's a public statement, a strategic music release, or internal resolutions revealed through subtle cues. Analysts predict that when Durk eventually addresses the situation, the impact will be significant, shaping both OTF's trajectory and his reputation as a leader in hip-hop. The story's ongoing viral nature has transformed a private breach into a global event. Fans are invested in every detail, from cryptic social media posts to leaked snippets, ensuring that the narrative remains active and evolving. Sources close to Durk insist that while the situation is tense, it is being handled with precision, strategic patience, and careful consideration of both crew dynamics and public perception. The leak has also reignited discussions about trust in hip-hop circles. Analysts argue that it highlights the challenges artists face in managing private relationships, creative output, and public persona simultaneously. Lil Durk's silence, therefore, is not merely a lack of response, it is a strategic tool, a signal to both insiders and the world that he controls the narrative. Insider accounts suggest that while the betrayal has caused short-term tension, it may ultimately strengthen the crew. By addressing the situation internally, reinforcing loyalty and limiting exposure to future leaks, OTF can emerge more united and resilient than before. Fans, meanwhile, remain captivated. Viral breakdowns, reaction videos, and social media threads keep the story alive, ensuring that every new update is met with intense discussion, speculation, and engagement. As the saga of Lil Durk's silence and the OTF leak continues, one thing is clear. The combination of betrayal, strategy, and suspense has created a narrative that is both viral and unforgettable, capturing the attention of fans and analysts alike, and solidifying its place as one of the most talked-about moments in modern hip-hop. The saga of Lil Durk's silence and the OTF leak has now reached a fever pitch, with insiders revealing that the fallout from the betrayal is far-reaching, impacting both personal relationships and business plans. According to sources close to the crew, the leak has forced OTF members to re-examine their trust in one another, with private confrontations, heated discussions, and emotional conversations taking place behind closed doors. People familiar with the situation report that Durk has remained composed, observing reactions, gathering intel, and planning a response that will assert control without escalating conflict unnecessarily. Friends and collaborators say that the silence has been strategic, allowing Durk to maintain authority and set the stage for a powerful and calculated move that could redefine loyalty within the group. Social media remains ablaze with speculation. Fans and analysts are dissecting every story, post, and subtle gesture, trying to decode hidden meanings or clues about the identity of the insider responsible for the leak. Viral TikTok videos, Instagram Reels, and YouTube reaction compilations dominate feeds, with hashtags like #DurkSilent, #OTF Betrayal, and #HipHopLeaks trending globally. Fans debate motivations, potential consequences, and the broader implications for OTF, turning every cryptic post or deleted story into fodder for viral discussion. Insiders report that the emotional impact within the crew has been intense. Members have expressed shock, frustration, and disappointment, struggling to process how someone so close could compromise private information. The leak reportedly included unreleased music, confidential communications, and strategic plans for upcoming collaborations, heightening the severity of the betrayal. Analysts argue that Durk's silence is a display of leadership, patience, and narrative control. By withholding a public response, he prevents the situation from spiraling out of control while ensuring that any eventual action carries maximum weight. Friends and collaborators describe him as deliberate and calculated, carefully monitoring both internal and external reactions to plan his next steps. The leak has also sparked questions about accountability. According to insiders, OTF members have debated consequences for the person responsible, ranging from temporary exclusion from projects to permanent distancing, depending on the severity of the betrayal. These discussions reportedly took place in private, intense meetings where trust, loyalty, and long-term strategy were the main topics of concern. Social media continues to amplify the drama. Fans post reaction videos, analyze potential subliminal messages, and speculate endlessly about the insider's identity. Every minor detail, from captions to gestures in interviews, is examined for hidden meaning, fueling global conversation and keeping the story at the forefront of hip-hop news. Sources close to Durk emphasize that while the leak has been disruptive, it has also provided an opportunity for reflection and strategic planning. Members are reportedly reevaluating roles, tightening internal security, and reinforcing loyalty, ensuring that future operations are better protected against breaches. Analysts highlight that the situation underscores the importance of discretion and trust in the music industry. In an environment where leaks can jeopardize projects, reputations, and relationships, managing internal conflicts is critical. Durk's silence, therefore, is not a weakness but a demonstration of strategic intelligence and emotional control, sending a clear message that loyalty is paramount and betrayal has consequences. Fans continue to engage in viral speculation. TikTok and YouTube content creators have dissected leaked snippets, cryptic messages, and interactions between OTF members, generating endless discussion and debate. Every post is analyzed, every story examined, and every subtle hint scrutinized, creating a massive online narrative around the betrayal and Durk's calculated silence. Insiders report that the internal fallout has prompted serious discussions about long-term strategy. Members are considering how to protect sensitive information, reinforce loyalty, and ensure that future releases and collaborations are shielded from potential breaches. The leak has also sparked debates about the balance between public image and private management. Analysts suggest that Durk's approach demonstrates an acute awareness of how narrative control can influence perception, preserve authority, and mitigate long-term damage. According to sources, the emotional weight of the leak has been significant. Crew members reportedly experienced feelings of anger, disappointment, and betrayal, navigating the challenge of maintaining professional composure while dealing with personal emotions. These dynamics are further complicated by social media, where fan speculation and viral content amplify every moment, making discretion and strategy even more critical. Fans remain captivated by the saga. Viral discussions, reaction videos, and theory threads dominate platforms, with fans dissecting lyrics, social media posts, and interviews to understand the insider's motivation and Durk's next move. Every new detail sparks discussion, debate, and viral content, keeping the story alive and relevant. According to insiders, Lil Durk's handling of the situation has been deliberate and calculated. He has reportedly engaged with trusted collaborators privately, monitored reactions, and prepared for a strategic response that asserts leadership, restores trust, and reinforces loyalty within OTF. Analysts emphasize that this approach exemplifies long-term thinking, emotional intelligence, and narrative control, qualities that distinguish leaders in the rap industry. The leak has also reignited conversations about loyalty, trust, and internal dynamics in hip-hop collectives. Fans and analysts alike point out that breaches like this can have lasting implications, reshaping relationships, creative influence, and project control. Lil Durk's silence, coupled with careful internal management, highlights how strategic patience can be more impactful than immediate public confrontation. Viral content continues to fuel the story. Fans speculate about potential fallout, future collaborations, and possible responses, creating a global conversation that stretches across TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Insider sources stress that while the leak was damaging, it has provided OTF with a moment of reflection, internal reevaluation, and the opportunity to reinforce loyalty and protect future projects. Analysts agree that the saga demonstrates the high stakes of trust, strategy, and narrative control in modern hip-hop. As the story unfolds, one thing is clear: Lil Durk's silence has not diminished the impact of the leak, it has amplified it, creating suspense, speculation, and global attention that shows no signs of slowing. Fans are eager for the next move, whether it's a public statement, strategic music release, or subtle cues revealing the resolution of the internal betrayal. The combination of emotional tension, insider drama, and social media virality has transformed a private breach into a cultural phenomenon, capturing the attention of fans, analysts, and the global hip-hop community. According to insiders, the internal handling of the situation is meticulous, strategic, and emotionally intelligent, balancing the need for accountability with the preservation of OTF's long-term unity and success. Social media remains a crucial amplifier. Viral posts, reaction videos, and analysis threads keep every detail alive, ensuring that fans are not only invested but actively engaged in understanding the story. Analysts emphasize that the ongoing narrative illustrates the power of discretion, strategic patience, and narrative control in maintaining authority and credibility in the music industry. With every cryptic social media post, every viral reaction, and every insider report, the saga of Lil Durk's silence and the OTF betrayal continues to dominate conversations, cementing its place as one of the most talked-about moments in modern hip-hop. The world watches, speculates, and reacts, waiting for the next chapter in a story defined by loyalty, betrayal, strategy, and suspense. The Lil Durk OTF saga has captured the attention of fans across the globe, and it's clear that this story is far from over. The leak, the silence, and the insider betrayal have created a whirlwind of speculation, reaction videos, and heated debates that show no signs of slowing down. From cryptic social media posts to viral TikTok breakdowns, fans have been dissecting every possible clue, trying to figure out who could have compromised one of hip-hop's most influential crews. Analysts and insiders agree that Durk's silence was strategic, a calculated move that demonstrates both leadership and narrative control. By waiting, observing, and planning his next steps carefully, he's sending a powerful message about loyalty, accountability, and the stakes of betrayal in the rap world. But the questions remain: who was behind the leak? What will Durk's response be? And how will this moment shape the future of OTF? That's where you come in. We want to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below with your theories about the insider, your take on Durk's silence, and how you think the crew should handle this drama. Are you team Lil Durk, or do you think the leak exposes deeper issues within OTF? Don't just stop there. Hit that like button if you've been following this saga from the start, subscribe so you never miss a viral update, and turn on notifications to be the first to get the latest insider info, reaction videos, and breakdowns. This is your chance to be part of the conversation, share your opinions, and connect with fans worldwide who are dissecting every move in real time. Lil Durk's story isn't just rap news, it's a lesson in loyalty, strategy, and suspense that keeps the hip-hop community on edge. Be part of the hype, stay engaged, and let your voice be heard, because the saga of the OTF leak is only getting started, and the next move could change everything.